Why do some brands leave a lasting impression after just one encounter, while many others fade into obscurity without a trace? The difference doesn't lie in the product, the budget, or the design, but in how they build the brand from within. In a market where customers make decisions in just a few seconds, you can't do branding on a whim. You need sharp direction, a deep enough system to shape emotions and recognition. Today's video will be the starting point for you to reevaluate how your brand is being built. Not to imitate others, but to become the best version of itself. Let's begin Chapter 4 of the series, The Roadmap to Market Mastery, the journey to uncover the essential foundations of a sustainable brand. Previously, we analyzed marketing strategy, the tool for capturing attention. Now it's time to move into something more fundamental, brand strategy, where the brand is truly shaped and differentiation begins. Part 1. Brand purpose. Brand purpose is not a hollow slogan. It is the vital driving force behind a business's existence and why people come to love it. When a brand dares to establish a reason for existing beyond profit, it sparks a powerful emotional connection with customers. It's not just trust, it's respect. A brand with a clear purpose inspires and attracts people who share the same beliefs and values. When customers believe in what the brand stands for, they don't just buy, they support. An effective brand purpose always stems from real experience, from a genuine desire to make positive change in the community. When that purpose is systematized into concrete action, the business not only differentiates itself, but leads a movement. One pioneering brand using the buy one, give one model proved this. Every transaction becomes an act of humanity. It is the unwavering commitment to this core mission that builds trust, loyalty, and long-term positive impact. Numbers don't lie. When consumers perceive a brand's purpose as authentic, they are more likely to choose, recommend, and defend that brand. A study showed that consumers are 6 times more likely to remain loyal when they sense kindness and idealism in the brand's operations. It's no longer about selling, it's about building a life ideal. When a brand becomes a meaningful companion, it transforms from a provider into a powerful social icon. With a foundation rooted in humanity, a brand also expands its value by reinvesting profits into community initiatives, rather than just accumulating wealth. This concrete action makes the brand trustworthy and profound. Purpose can't be a slogan taped to the wall. It must be lived daily, expressed through policies, products, and service. A purpose-driven brand is an irreplaceable one. They don't just compete with products, they reach customers' hearts. Part 2. Brand vision. A vision is not a flashy slogan. It's a long-term roadmap, a flag planted in the future for the entire organization to aim toward. A great brand doesn't just see the current market, it envisions how the world will change. That clear vision becomes a powerful force, helping the brand stay resilient through challenges and evolve with the times. Vision builds strategic strength and sustainability. A pioneering brand demonstrated this by setting a vision far beyond its current products. They didn't just make electric cars, they led a global sustainable energy revolution. The vision statement seemed simple, but it was strong enough to guide strategy, inspire employees, and attract investors. A strong vision defines what the brand wants to become, not what it currently is. When every employee understands it, the brand operates as a united, unstoppable force. Unlike outward-facing advertising, vision is an inward-facing strategic tool that helps leadership make consistent decisions, from product direction to partnerships and market expansion. Without vision, a brand easily falls into chasing trends and loses its identity. Conversely, a brand with a strong vision always knows what to do and what not to do. They don't follow the market, they shape it. Vision doesn't stop at a declaration. It is realized through action, expanding sustainable products, investing in new technologies, building green supply chains. Every decision centers on one question: does this bring us closer to the vision? When a brand lives its vision every day, there's no need to advertise. Customers will feel and spread the message. Vision, when authentically embodied, turns a brand into a symbol shaping the future. Part 3. Brand mission. If vision is where the brand wants to go, then the mission is how the brand acts every day to get there. A clear mission defines the core commitments that the brand relentlessly pursues. It forms the behavioral foundation, the compass guiding operations, production, and communication. Without a clear mission, a brand can easily lose its way during expansion. But when the mission is present and concrete, every action carries meaning and creates value aligned with long-term goals. A typical example is a brand that chose to live its commitment to environmental protection. They didn't jump on the green marketing trend. They genuinely transformed their production processes, controlled raw materials, and shaped employee behaviors. Mission is concrete action, a promise to be fulfilled, not a marketing gimmick. The clarity and sustainability of this mission helped the brand maintain credibility over decades. Without massive campaigns, they still captured consumers' hearts. A proper mission shapes the entire workflow, from employee training to product design. Everything aligns with the spirit of the commitment. This creates a cohesive corporate culture where each individual understands their role in making a difference. When the mission becomes part of the brand's nervous system, it naturally radiates outward, and customers will feel it, not through words, but through real behavior. Part 4. Brand Core Values. Core values are non-negotiable principles. They are the brand's operating system, the ethical and cultural foundation of the organization. If purpose is the why and vision is where to, then values define how to get there. A strong brand acts according to its values, regardless of circumstances. When the internal team shares the same values, they don't need detailed instructions. Actions self-align. A strong culture is born from clear values. It's an invisible yet powerful consensus. Values aren't for decorating the meeting room wall. They must be lived in every meeting, in conflict resolution, in how customers and teammates are treated. A successful brand made this clear. They didn't just list values like innovation or responsibility, they acted on them. When faced with challenges, they chose to stand by their values rather than take shortcuts. That's what built long-lasting trust. The more specific the values, the more consistent the behavior. Defining the right values starts with honesty. Values shouldn't be copied from other brands, nor should they just sound nice. They must reflect the true character of the organization. If a company values simplicity, it must show in its designs, emails, and customer service. If it chooses innovation, then innovation must be a daily rhythm, uninterrupted. Values can't be lofty ideals. They must be visible, measurable, and lived every day. An inspiring example is a brand that clearly established its values: simplicity, innovation, sharing, and responsibility. What's special is that these values weren't theoretical. They became cultural foundations expressed in every internal behavior. The result? A creative, efficient, and human-centric work environment. Employees felt more attached, and customers trusted more. When values are not just spoken but lived consistently, the brand grows sustainably from within and conquers the external world naturally and powerfully. Part 5. Brand Positioning. Positioning is the most crucial strategic declaration. It answers the vital question: why should customers choose you over competitors? In a world full of choices, if a brand doesn't occupy a clear spot in the customer's mind, it will be forgotten. Sharp positioning must evoke emotion while hitting real needs. It's not just different, it's meaningful. A strong position doesn't need to shout, just be right, sufficient, and consistent. When positioned correctly, the brand doesn't need to compete on price. A well-known tech brand excelled at this positioning. While others talked specs, they talked experience. While the market focused on features, they emphasized emotions. They didn't just sell products, they sold simplicity and creativity. That positioned them in millions of minds as the icon of innovation and class. This positioning allowed the brand to set premium prices, and customers still felt satisfied because the value they received went far beyond the material. A strong position isn't created randomly. It's the result of deep research into customers, competitors, and the brand itself. Most importantly, it must be grounded in truth. A brand can't claim tech leadership if it lacks the capability. Conversely, even a small but unique strength can become a spearhead if positioned correctly. Every word in a positioning statement must have strategic meaning. It's not a slogan, it's a guiding compass for the entire brand system. A positioning statement doesn't need to be poetic, but it must be clear, persuasive, and actionable. A compelling example is a statement aimed at personal users seeking the best experience, built on a foundation of research and innovation. It may seem lengthy at first glance, but it becomes incredibly powerful when applied internally. It guides product design, user experience, marketing, and customer service. When every touchpoint reflects the positioning, the brand becomes vivid, engaging, and irreplaceable in the customer's mind. In a fiercely competitive environment, positioning is not just an advantage, it's survival. A brand can't please everyone, but it can become number one in the minds of a specific group. That's the essence of positioning: choosing the right audience, establishing valuable differentiation, and expressing it consistently. When customers feel a brand gets them, they'll choose it without hesitation. And when positioning is implemented thoroughly, the brand doesn't need to chase market share. Market share comes naturally. Part 6. Brand personality. Brand personality is the emotional soul of positioning strategy. It makes the brand come alive, relatable, like a real person. We don't love a product, we love the feeling it brings. When a brand speaks like a person, using consistent language, attitude, and style, customers connect more easily. The right personality not only makes the brand stand out, but also resonates with the emotional frequency of the target consumer. An iconic brand used a rebellious personality to awaken the strong ego of its customers. From imagery, language, tone of voice, to design style, every element exuded a spirit of breaking the mold. Customers weren't just buyers, they became part of a community sharing the same identity. When brand personality aligns with customer personality, the relationship becomes long-lasting. It's no longer a transaction, it's a meaningful companionship that's hard to replace. Developing brand personality isn't a random creative game. It requires deep understanding of customer behavior, lifestyle, aspirations, and pain points. From there, the brand chooses fitting traits, maybe bold, humorous, kind, or daring. The most important thing is consistency. A brand can't be gentle today and sharp tomorrow. Tone and imagery must reflect a single core nature. When personality is distinctive, the brand becomes appealing and memorable beyond words. Part 7. Brand voice and tone. Brand voice and tone are subtle but powerful tools to express personality and positioning. If personality is who you are, voice is how you speak. A brand can be cheerful, sincere, or sharp. But what matters is that the voice stays consistent across all touchpoints, from ads and social media to customer service emails. Tone isn't for decoration, it's how a brand shows emotion, attitude, and its ability to connect with customers. An impressive transformation example is a brand once seen as outdated and dull. By switching to a sarcastic, humorous, and bold tone, they attracted the younger generation powerfully. Sales surged within months. This proves that the right voice can change the market's perception entirely. No need to change the product, just speak the right way. When a brand communicates like an interesting friend, it doesn't need to push ads. Customers will listen voluntarily. Creating an effective brand voice starts with deeply understanding core personality. If the brand is bold, its voice may be direct and assertive. If gentle, the tone should be warm and sincere. Every word must be intentional. No one wants to hear a brand speak like a robot. On the other hand, a friendly, consistent, and approachable tone makes customers feel heard and understood. And when customers truly connect, they don't just buy, they become brand advocates. Part 8. Brand story. The brand story is a powerful bridge between the product and customer emotion. Instead of listing dry features, the brand tells a journey, a life, a dream readers can see themselves in. The right story doesn't sell, it evokes empathy. When customers feel, "This is my story too," they stop being buyers, they become part of the journey. And any journey tied to emotion lives on in memory. A hospitality brand crafted a deeply human story about connection between people from all walks of life. They didn't promote rooms or amenities, they told stories of hospitality and shared moments. Uniquely, they didn't tell the story themselves. Customers told it through real experiences. The brand only created the foundation. When a community is inspired to share authentic stories, the brand no longer needs to speak. It becomes a beloved supporting character in customers' lives. Effective storytelling begins with understanding the customer journey. Where are they? What do they want? What do they fear most? Then the brand appears, not as a hero, but as a guide. The customer is the protagonist. The The brand provides tools and belief to help them reach their desires. A truly powerful brand story is one customers can continue writing. In that case, the brand doesn't need to impose, just be present in the right role. Part 9. Brand legacy. Legacy is a strategic advantage that cannot be faked. It's not just the past, it's proof of resilience, quality, and steadfastness. A brand that has lasted centuries doesn't need to say much. History is its highest certificate. As the world changes, a brand that preserves its original values becomes an icon. Customers don't just buy a product, they buy a story of time, heritage, and pride. Legacy cannot be built overnight, but once established, it becomes an unshakable fortress. Part 10. Brand tagline. A tagline is the gem that condenses brand identity into a single phrase. It's not long or fancy, but powerful enough to evoke emotion, spark action, and lodge itself in memory. A strong tagline must stem from the brand's positioning, convey its core spirit, and be easily repeated in any context. When a brand says a short line that millions feel as their own, it's no longer just a slogan, it's a declaration. A great tagline is fire, small but burns endlessly. Brand strategy. With its layers of purpose, positioning, and personality, is it truly necessary in an era where consumers make decisions in seconds? Some great brands succeed thanks to well-crafted strategies, but there are also those that stand out with just a breakthrough product, without a slogan, without an emotional story. Is strategy being glorified, or is it the lack of direction that causes those brands to quickly fade away? Perhaps strategy is the foundation. Perhaps it is an unnecessary complexity. There is no absolute answer, only perspectives that have yet to meet. Continuing our journey into brand strategy, in the next video we will step into the world of market strategy research, a foundation to stop selling what we have and start creating what the market craves. Thank you for watching the whole video. Please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next videos.